morning class. Today we will start our new chapter, that is chapter number 5, money. In money, firstly we have to learn why there is a need of money. In previous time we usually use barter system. What is a barter system? Barter system means commodity to commodity, that means good to good exchange. C to C commodity, that is commodity to commodity. In this, for example, if I want wheat, so I have to go to a wheat shop and then I have to exchange something, the wheat, with some kind of good. For example, if I have ghee, yeah, I have butter, I have milk, so I will exchange milk with wheat. So to reduce that probability that same person will need milk also, we have to introduce money. There are some specific limitations of money. First one is double coincidence of one. Similar, exactly same which I have said just earlier. I have milk, but the other person have wheat. There is very less chances that the other person who have wheat will require my milk also. So because of this problem, that if I want something and he don't want that same thing, the double coincidence of want exists. Next one is measure of value. Measure of value means that it will be a particular value, it will be a particular unit. For example, rupees. Rupees is a particular unit. You can analyze anything with the help of a unit, but in barter system there was no unit. Next one is standard of deferred payment. Deferred payment means future payments. If you want to do payment in future cases, then you cannot stay with the goods. You cannot put ghee in the fridge for longer time. If you want to make a payment 10 years later, then you cannot make the payment with the help of potatoes which you have just purchased today. Store of value. Store of value means that in money, money can be used after 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years also. But can you use any durable product? For example, milk. Can you use milk after 1 year? The same milk which you have purchased today. So they don't have any store value. The barter system was very much lacking. That's why we have to introduce money. Money was a unit which was introduced to overcome all these 4 limitations. Moving toward the next topic, it is money. As we have previously discussed that in barter system there were many of the limitations. To overcome those limitations we have to introduce money. So with that limitations only, we'll make definition of money. Money is something which is used as a medium of exchange, which have some store value, which have a measure of unit, and which can be used as a standard of deferred payment. All the 4 points comprises as a definition of money. Same meaning of medium of exchange, that means you can exchange anything with the help of money. You don't have to go to a shop and you have to give him money to get wheat. You can just give him any kind of money, but like plastic money or your flat money, and you can get something. Next one is store of value. That means it has durability. For example, if you have rupee 100 today, after 10 years also, if you are using rupees 100, so you will get equivalent amount, equivalent product of that amount. You are not supposed to go at the shop and you are giving 100 rupee note and you will be paid only 50 rupee money. Sorry, 50 rupee amount, you have 50 rupees product. Next one is unit. Unit means money has a unit. It has a measure of unit. Measure of unit means it can be denoted in a proper unit of account. It has a symbol, for example, rupees in India. Deferred payment. Deferred payment means we are using it as a future payment source. For example, if we want to make a payment in future, yeah, in nearby future also, we cannot depend on some kind of commodity to deal with. So as a standard of deferred payment, money can be used because money can have a store value which can be utilized all over the years. So this was the topic which was of your money. Now we'll move towards money supply. What do you mean by money supply? Money supply means the currency, the amount of money which is currently moving in the area or moving in the country, moving at a particular point of time. Okay, the liquid form as well as demand deposit with the banks. Now, what do you mean by demand deposit? Demand deposit means, for say, whenever you go to the bank and you give your check, you will be paid as cash. So that is the demand deposit. Whenever you demand from the bank, bank will pay you that amount of cash. That is the demand deposit. Okay. So measures of supply, there are mainly four measures of supply. First one is M1. M1 means transaction money. That means the money which is in your pockets. C. Currency. Currency and coins held by public. That means जो आपकी जेब में अभी अगर आपको आपके पॉकेट में कैश है, coins है, etc. they are M1. Plus OD. OD means other deposit with RBI. Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Next one is demand deposit. Demand deposit we have discussed right now only. The demand deposit are those deposits which can be demanded from the bank at any point of time, and the bank will convert the checks in cash. So this is your demand deposit. Moving to our next, that is your M2. M2 means M1, that means all three things, plus saving deposit with post office saving bank. That means M2 will include all the things which were in M1 along with saving deposit with post office saving bank. जो भी आपके पोस्ट ऑफिस सेविंग बैंक में हो प्लस जो M1 में था, सबको कंबाइन करके हमने बना दिया M2. ये M1 और M2 दोनों के दोनों आपके नैरो मनी होते हैं. नैरो मनी क्यों होते हैं? क्योंकि ये सबसे ज्यादा लिक्विड फॉर्म में पाए जाते हैं. दिस वन इज लिक्विड. अगर आपकी जेब में पैसे है, अगर आपके पॉकेट में कैश है, दैट इज योर लिक्विड. यू कैन पुट इट ऑन अ टेबल, यू कैन गिव इट एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एंड यू कैन डायरेक्टली डू द ट्रांजेक्शन. तो डायरेक्ट ट्रांजेक्शन हो सकती है. सेम विद दिस यू कैन डू द डायरेक्ट ट्रांजेक्शन बिकॉज इट इंक्लूड M1 ऑल्सो. नेक्स्ट वन इज M3. M3 is the main part of the measure of money supply. It is mostly used. It is very important. M3 include M1, that means all three parts, cash in your pocket, other deposits with RBI, and demand deposits along with NTD. Net time deposit. Net time deposit means for a fixed period of time you have deposited something into bank, so that is your next net time deposit. Last one is your M4. M4 is very least used as the M4 cannot be liquidated easily. ये आपका कैश में इतनी जल्दी कन्वर्ट नहीं हो सकता. M4 includes M3, that means M1 plus net time deposit plus total deposit with post office. जितने भी आपने पोस्ट ऑफिस, सिर्फ सेविंग बैंक में नहीं, जितने आपने टोटल पोस्ट ऑफिस में सेव किए हैं उन सबको मिला के प्लस M3 को मिला के प्लस M1.